Hey everyone, welcome to project call number 15. We're super excited. We have some awesome news for you guys today. So we'll go ahead and just roll into updates. For the minting, we had kind of like a 2.5, 3 week beta testing period. We opened up to some of the contributors and a bunch of the people in the Discord. That was super successful. We really appreciate everyone that was involved in that. You guys have really helped us out and find, some bugs that we could get fixed. So that went all according to plan and pretty rapidly for us that we felt comfortable enough to move forward. So it's looking like our universe minting is going to go live as early as next week. Hopefully Monday if everything goes to plan. So that's super exciting. So we have almost 5 days, and we'll have universe minting up for everyone to finally be able to mint. So that's super exciting. We're going to have some articles and documentation coming out on minting. So we'll have tons of FAQs. Also, we'll be releasing some Medium articles. So look out for those. And those are going to really like hit on points of like why we did this and, really how universe minting is different from a standpoint of, decentralization and what we're working towards so that everyone kind of gets that and understands. Also, oh, I lost my place. I was going to say something else. We'll skip over that if it comes back to me, but yeah, so we're super excited. We have a ton of people anticipating this coming out. So we're really excited to have minting out and have our first product release. Next up is we have been working on auctions. The auctions are pretty far along. Unfortunately, they're not going to be releasing along with the minting. That was the original plan, but we've had some delays and we just wanted to go ahead and push out the minting first so we can, get something to market. But the auction should be coming pretty soon afterwards. I don't have any solid timelines on that, but it's, hopefully it's coming. It's looking like at least, in the next 4 weeks, we should for sure have something out. Along the lines of auctions. If not, we'll be really close. So we still have a few things to do with that. Like we have a test environment, but we haven't opened it up to beta testing or anybody. But we will go through that process. Again, we may not open it up to as many beta testers, but we do really appreciate our beta testers. They really did help us a lot. And, the more eyes that you can get on some of this stuff, it really does help, because when you've been looking at stuff for months and months and months and reviewing, you tend to miss small little things where new eyes tend to catch them up pretty quickly. So we, that really helps us, and we do just want to, say how thankful we are for all of you guys who helped with that. So really the main thing we've been getting a lot of questions around is the marketplace. It seems like everyone is very, very eager to see that and get that out. We've been seeing a lot of marketplaces emerge. We're still head down building. We have tunnel vision on what we're doing. We want to build our products and get them out as soon as possible. But we also don't want to get distracted with anything. And also, we have faith that the product that we're pushing to market is going to be different than some of these other marketplaces that you guys see. Definitely because we're focusing more on the decentralized angle and, decentralized technology. Whereas, I don't think some of the teams and community truly understand, what it takes to decentralize an NFT or to mint a decentralized NFT. So that's some of the stuff that will be kind of hit on and mentioned in some of these Medium articles and documentation, is really like the why of why we did this. And really, why we think NFTs need to be decentralized, other than just being, decentralization maxis. We always say decentralization, but really there is, very important reasons why people stress decentralization in this industry. And we'll hit on a lot of those points in the Medium article. So just keep a lookout for that. The closer we get to releasing all these products, the more articles and documentation and FAQs that we're gonna set up. Also, another thing that we'd like to mention is we are going to have like a full-on support desk for our minting, our auctions, our marketplace. OpenSea and Rarible and other marketplaces in the industry do have support desks. I personally don't use the support desks, but we have been looking into them, and they seem very, very, very useful for community members. So we want to make sure that we have all the proper documentation and all the proper support teams and desks in place for the community, so that they have all the resources that they need. So that's also super exciting. That's something that we've been working on for the last few months. We've actually been hiring people from the community to help with that. Someone that we hired, his name is Knowledgeable Idiot. He's actually been working with us from the early stages of Barnbridge. He was one of our first participants in the bounty program. He came over to Universe to also help with a few bounties, like with project calls and taking notes. But he actually was working in a support desk for another NFT marketplace, and it has been a ton of help in helping us kind of sculpt out how this support desk is going to work, and how it's going to really, help everyone. And hopefully we have the best support team in the industry. I personally think that a good support team is a good, what would you say, a good added bonus to a great marketplace. So just wanted to go over that. We're not going to throw you guys a marketplace and not have any support or proper documentation. We'll have videos on how to mint. We'll have videos on how to post an auction. We'll have videos on how to list an NFT, so anything that you can do, we're going to have either a video or, step-by-step instructions of what you need to do, or any questions that you may run into during the process, all in our Git books, so that, everyone has all the information they need. So those are all of our product updates right now. We have a few smaller updates. I can give you guys some of our updates on the side of Polymorphs. This isn't on the agenda, but right now our Polymorphs, we have a few contracts that we've been working on: the battle games, the Polymorph bridge, and actually LionChain has been working on their own game called Morphland. But the Battle Morph game has actually passed audits, and the front end is pretty close to go. We're just waiting on the V2 and Polygon Bridge to finish audits. This is going to allow us to push the game out and have everything we need to turn the scrambling back on, and so that the Polygon or the Polymorphs are going to be able to be used in the game and be able to be scrambled on Polygon and do, everything that we said they were going to be able to do. So we'll have feeless scrambling. That's the main thing. And, you'll be able to have the choice to bridge them to Polygon or not, if that's up to you. But when you bridge those over to Polygon and you scramble for free, if it's scrambled on Polygon, it's going to scramble on ETH as well. That's part of the reason why we started on ETH with the Polymorphs. Just allows us to build forward a little bit more seamlessly, and allows us to go to an L2 like that and do things like scrambling, where the asset is going to change on both blockchains and the metadata is transferred. So we're really excited about that. We're really excited to get the scrambling back on. We apologize for that taking so long. but it was absolutely necessary that we shut down the contracts while we edited them. It's just proper practice to do that so that there's no like exploits or bugs that appear while we're working on them. Okay, so that's really updates on everything. Polymorph marketplace, auctions, minting. So we are 2 weeks out, or actually not even, yeah, I think 12 days. So we are, as you all may know, we are throwing a pretty big party in NYC for NFT NYC. We've had we actually have had information finally get posted so we can actually come out and say everything about the party that has been posted and shared. So our official partner for this party is Monster Cat, and the name of the event is actually going to be Universal Poetry. And the exciting thing about this is we actually have opened up the tickets to more NFT groups. So originally it was just the Polymorphs that were an entry ticket. But now we're actually opening that up to the Lobsters and also Pox Lost Poets, which is an amazing community. And we are really excited to align ourselves with them. And honestly, we are super excited to have Poc on anything universe. So this was a super unexpected surprise for most people. I think a lot of people are like super excited to the fact that we have a few names like Pac coming and doing galleries. And not to mention, we're also going to have galleries and some curated art from Too Much Lag, Nest Graphics, and Jack Butcher. So, we have a huge lineup of extremely talented artists. We're going to have great communities aligned and all together in a sick venue. The venue is Hammerstein Ballroom. It's like a world famous venue. Like I, my like fiance was like, "Oh my god, Hammerstein Ballroom." I'm like, "How do you even know what that is?" But apparently it's world famous, and I didn't even I didn't even know. But yeah, so we have the top of the line venue. It's going to be from 8 to 12, 8 p.m. to 12 a.m. November 2nd. And we're going to have some sick live performances from music artists, Cascade, Destruction. I forget exactly what, I don't want to mess this guy's name up. Sorry. The other one is Haywire. And then I don't want to mess this guy's name up because it was his Twitter handle that I had copied. Destructo. Okay. Yeah. So Destructo as well. So honestly, I think Tim and Monster Cat, really the people involved in this. I want to say like mad kudos, like pats on the back. Tyler did a lot to help with this as well. I know that some of the team had pulled some funds out of their own pockets to make this happen. Not to mention the DAO voted to pay for the majority of this. So this is definitely something like the community is excited for and wants. So we're really excited to share this experience with you guys. I think we definitely need to give props to Tim, Tyler, team, and Monster Cat for getting these lineups. I think that this is going to be one of the best events in NFT NYC this year. And, hopefully this is the party that people are talking about. That's like, hey man, like, were you there at, the Universe Monster Cat party? And, that's really what we want to do, is build a memorable experience to really remember this badass year that we've all had together, which is, the year of NFTs. Um, we're just really excited to, launch our marketplace and have this, kind of be our kickoff party and, have us say like, hey, we're here. We're ready to kick this off and get started. And, we're here to stay. So, we're happy that we have artists like Pac and Jack Butcher, Neth Graphics, Too Much Lag, those types of people with those types of followings coming and saying they want to be a part of Universe, and also be a part of our parties. And just I personally think it's a really good feeling, that people in the space with that have that much respect as Pac are, interested in what we're doing at Universe. And I think that speaks large sums about what we're truly trying to do with decentralizing NFTs and decentralizing an NFT marketplace, and bringing those social features to marketplaces so that we can all, truly enjoy the art and share and, talk about it. We've always said, like, NFTs are so social in nature. So these social parties and, social aspects of NFTs are really, I personally think, are going to be very, very big over the next few years. Where we see communities come together, and, you have proof of access or proof of attendance and all these cool tech, use cases for NFTs. I just think we're going to see a lot of cool exploration of this technology. And, even NFT NYC, like, your ticket is a NFT. Basically, you use a polymorph, a lost poet, or a lobby lobster as, an NFT, as your NFT. You use that NFT to be able to buy a ticket. I believe some of the tickets will be NFTs, and I believe some of them will be email confirmations. I can try to figure out a little bit more about that and maybe tweet about it or drop some info in the Discord. But we actually have a link. I'm going to add it into the YouTube video in the comments, and it's also in the agenda, www.ticketfairy. So just look out for that link. That link's on our flyer, and we have our flyer going around on Twitter. So retweet that, like that, share that with your friends. And one big important thing, this is a new note. I believe that every ticket has a +1 for the NFTs. So, like, I think that if you go on there, like, I just bought I bought my tickets, but they're free because I have a polymorph. But it allowed me to get 2, and I only have 1 polymorph in that wallet. So I think the extra one is for your +1, and then you have to make the reservation in that person's name, that whoever your +1 is that you're going to bring. So that's super exciting. So you can bring a friend. If you have like a wife or something, or like an NFT friend you want to bring along, that's now a possibility. So yeah, that's sick. So thank you. I personally think that's sick. I think a lot of other people will be excited to hear they can bring a friend. So if you have a friend with you at NFT NYC, and you have a part and you have a ticket, maybe sign them up and bring them along and introduce them to all us. We'll be excited to meet everyone, and we're just excited. Okay. One last thing, and this is a big one. We really want to say thank you to everyone. Our yield farming has just come to a close. 20 weeks. I honestly can't believe it's already been 20 weeks. This is project call number 15. We've been doing these project calls since, I want to say, April, and it's just crazy to me that it's moving so fast. So we just want to come back and thank everyone for participating in the yield farming. I think at peak we had about $260 million in yield farming, total value locked, which is incredible. The Aave community had at one point $40 million in the farm. So it's just been really sweet to see communities like Chainlink and Aave, Compound Finance, SNX all really align themselves with Universe. Even the Illuvium guys, doing the flash pools and giving XYZ some opportunity to farm Illuvium back. We just want to say thank you to everyone involved in all these farming pools. We can't do it without the other teams. You know, we really thought it was cool that Illuvium had opened up that flash pool afterwards to allow some XYZ token holders to get some Illuvium, because Illuvium had been out for a while. So that's just like a cool move from them to be like, hey, we want you guys to also be a part of our community. That was a few weeks ago, but right now we have some more opportunities to do some yield farming. Currently, you can take your XYZ and you can farm league tokens from League DAO, and also you can farm Inter tokens from Inter DAO. And not to mention, there is the DAO that anyone can go and stake their XYZ in. Also, the DAO is very important. If anyone is interested in governance, or being really being active in the community, really one of the best and easiest ways for anyone to be active in the community is be in Discord and follow up with any proposals or snapshot votes or anything like that we're doing. Those are all basically governance things we use. So like, if you want to participate in governance now that you're not farming, or you don't really know what to do, the more products that we come out and the more things that we push out, the more proposals, the more governance activity we're going to have. The best way to participate in that is to have your tokens staked in the DAO and participate in the voting. So I personally think that's very important. I'm actually probably going to be stressing that a little bit more to some of the NFT newbies that I see in the Discords. I just think that, not enough people in the NFT space are truly, I think, get the whole governance thing and why we do it this way. So, I think I encourage everyone to stake, learn about the governance if you aren't already, because this is truly why, this goes back to that decentralization, and we can make decentralized decisions as a community through that voting. And that's extremely powerful when you think about it, comparing it to like an OpenSea, whereas we all see like the Twitter feedback to OpenSea that's like, hey, please add this feature, and who knows where that goes. But in theory, you could always, with Universe, it's, oh, we should add this feature. You don't agree with me? Well, I'm going to put in a proposal and we're going to see what the community agrees. So that is, I think, extremely powerful when, and we've seen governance be super successful before in DeFi. We personally think it's going to be super successful in NFTs as well. That's really why we've made this approach and why we encourage everyone to participate in those DAO activities and governance activities. And if you have questions about governance or anything, always feel free to ask, team or community about it in the Discord. And just try to stay in. That's just the main way to be involved. Everyone asks me, hey, how can I be involved? And really, the main way to be involved is to participate in governance. We haven't had a ton of governance votes, but
we don't have a lot of product yet, right? We've got polymorphs and a few things, but I think the expectation should be that governance will naturally pick up and start to decentralize when there's a protocol live.
Yep, exactly. I think we'll see a lot more like feature requests sent through the governance process. And I think once people realize that it's like, oh, hey, like I can go here and like propose a tool or a feature or really anything, and we can discuss it as a community, vote on it, and figure out the best way to do it. And at the end of the day, that's just extremely powerful and so different than how decision making is done at traditional companies. And it's just goes back to the thesis of how we think we're going to be able to shake up so many industries with Ethereum and decentralized tech. And it just, it backs up everything we've been saying, just makes us excited that we finally are, releasing minting next week. So everyone's going to be able to start minting as decentralized as possible. So, but okay, I think that's everything that we have really to go over. Let me check and see if we have any questions in the Discord for the project calls. Okay, we don't have any questions. Just a few people asking for beta access. And again, we just want to thank everyone for trying to break it. We appreciate you all. That is like I can't tell y'all enough. It helps us a lot having the community help with stuff like that. And the more and more that we learn about decentralization, and the more and more that the whole industry moves, we will start trying to figure out more ways to get people involved. It's just like every day we have people asking how to get involved. And it's really hard right now because we're so tunnel visioned in on what we're building. But the really important thing here is that in about 3 months, when we have all of our products out and we have this like truly decentralized open source code that is published to everyone, that's when the real contributions can start. And like anyone's should be able to come on and be like, look, I can contribute code, or like I can contribute this or that. And like having that code open source is going to allow people to come in and build things that they want to build, or be able to access or do whatever. Like they could build their own front end and use Universe backend. But really that open source decentralized architecture, we're trying to build it so that anyone can come in and build, and we can all build together. Because at the end of the day, that's what decentralization is. That's what Ethereum is. We're all technically building on Ethereum, but some of us are building on Barn Bridge, some of us are building on Universe, some of us are building on Compound Finance. But in the end, we're building on Universe, or I'm sorry, on Ethereum. So like we see Universe moving in that direction, whereas like we're going to be a marketplace, but we'll see tools and apps and technology and infrastructure built on top of Universe in the future to grow the ecosystem. And truly that is what we want to do, is build scalable open source products that people can come and contribute to and build on top of. And that's the end goal. Right now, we're not there yet, but we are moving towards there, so that because we want the world to contribute. Like this is what this is all about. We want anyone to be able to come in and contribute. And we're trying to figure it out, and we just want everyone to know like it's coming. We're trying. We're not there yet, but once we get there, everyone who has the capacity to help is going to be able to help. So I think that's all we got. Does anybody have any other things they want to mention or say to the community? Trevor, do you want to say what's up? I think this is your first project call.
Yeah, thanks, Mark. So I'll actually be coming on as CTO of Multiverse, and we're going to be releasing some exciting products on top of the xyzDAO and the whole Universe ecosystem. So very excited to be working with the project and looking forward to working with everybody.
Yeah, man, likewise. Trevor's like uber smart. He's probably one of the smartest people. Tyler talks very highly of him. I've actually never personally met Trevor, but I've heard amazing things about him. So we're really excited to have him on the team.
Thanks, Mark.
And yeah, honestly, that's like, like the wormhole stuff is just another, just like I was saying, we want to build infrastructure and tech on top of Universe. Wormhole's kind of the first step of doing that. And we're really excited. We're not going to give too much info on that, but definitely keep looking for the alpha on Wormhole because it's out there. I always look at Troy when I'm talking about this. All right,
And
everyone.
don't forget
I
Ego.
I feel like you're waiting for me to say something. I mean, I guess I could give a quick update. So we did hire a dev shop to start working on the MVPs for Wormhole and D-Guild. We are fingers crossed. We might actually have a MVP for D-Guild by Metaverso down here in Puerto Rico, which would be pretty cool because it's kind of like a Patreon type system for artists. And so kind of be on the lookout for that, but I can't get too deep into it because we literally just kind of pretty much started on all that. The Trevor has been working on spinning up the orchestrator node for the live peer network that will be running Wormhole. We've had a couple calls with the live peer team, and it looks like there's going to be some really cool stuff coming out in the middle of Q4, but I'm not really supposed to talk about it past that. So there's a lot of stuff in motion, but I think the first things you guys will probably start seeing is the D-Guild stuff. And then when Wormhole launches, you'll start to kind of understand how this whole ecosystem is going to be tying together as a kind of it's going to supplement what's going on in Universe and bring a new kind of model to the market. So we're excited about showing it to everyone, but just know it's deep in development right now.
Yep. One thing else I want to point out and just mention is we're actually working on a newsletter. We want to start doing monthly or maybe bi-monthly newsletters kind of about what's going on in the industry, new technology that's coming out, cool NFT drops in the space. Eventually we'll get to the point where we have curated drops, and we'll try to figure out a process for that. But that's stuff we've been talking about internally, and we'll, put those drops on the newsletter. In that curated drop process or featured drop process, whatever you want to call it, it's going to be decentralized from a standpoint of like, we're not going to have the situation where like OpenSea team is like front running and like making the centralized decision. Like we'll all make this decision together and vote on what is getting put on Universe. And then that's going to kind of be like, everyone's going to know, like no one's going to be able to front run each other because we all decide together. So, but basically like our newsletter is going to be coming out. So if you have not gone on to, like, when Universe first dropped our website, we had a landing page and it said, give us your email. If you've done that, we have your email and you're going to get a newsletter. If you have not done that yet and you want to get the newsletter sent to your email, I would go to the universe.xyz and give your email at the bottom of the page in the email landing spot. So we have that. We don't know if we're doing bi-monthly or just one a month, but eventually I think with how fast the NFT space is moving and how fast like NFT drops are coming out, we'll just kind of play it by ear at first. We're going to get a few out to start and see how we're feeling. But we'll have all sorts of cool stuff like, artist spotlights. And you can assume we're going to have pretty awesome artists. Like we have Pac, at our party, going to this party, and it's one of the main artists. We have Tyler's pretty involved with a lot of people, and so is Tim and Troy as well. They have a ton of artists like People Pleaser. So,
I think one of the things we're actually trying to explore with the newsletter is trying to create like a high quality interview every month with an artist, and like that, and the interviewer could be someone who's like outside of the system too. Like, so like if you want, like you could have like guest interviewers right? That's kind of what we're looking at to try to do. And we're in the process of setting up the operations around getting all that running. And yeah.
Imagine if Homer Schilson like interviewed people and we just posted that. It's like Homer's like, who knows what Homer would ask people, but we love you, Homer. All right, guys. I think that's everything. I think we covered mostly everything. Big takeaway, November 2nd, NFT NYC. Don't miss it. Tickets are on sale if you have a polymorph. I guess they're not on sale. They're for free if you have a polymorph, Lost Poet, or a Lobby Lobster. So yeah, link in the description, link in the agenda. We'll share the link in Discord. So thank you, everyone. Hit like, subscribe, share to your friends, tell your mom about us. Thank you all. We love you. Universe out.
How we going, everyone?
See you guys.